Hey everyone, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We are on cycle 290 today, so we're definitely going to hit full, or not full, but 300 today, so that'll be another 100. I'm very curious as to, oh, there we go. I was like, what happened to all of our food? We were low on food, but that was not the case. Let's see. Yeah, that one can do that. I think we could. No, we can't squeeze another one in there. Not like that. We needed that for any of that. I was trying to think about squeezing another one in. I don't know that we can. Select that, please. Can I put one in there and would it do anything? No. So like that's exactly where that has to go in order to fit into that. So what makes the most sense? Trying to move these around and trying to fit another one in here, or we just kind of do another block on this side, which we don't have to worry about, where we won't have to worry about them doing anything like that. Let's see what that would look like. So we can definitely put two in. We can't put that in there like that, but we can put it like that. We can't do it down to, so it would have to go in like that. It definitely does not get three of them. Although it could. Yeah. So yeah, if you all like long play vids, please give me a like and a subscribe. I would appreciate that. I put out a video every day. It's fully long play. I don't edit anything out. It allows you all to see the mistakes that I make and hopefully keep you all from making those same ones. So we could do that. And we could do something similar to like we did. Can't put those there. They do belong there. So we could do something very similar where we just, you know, pop in one of these that gets more slime. We pop in one of those, which can go virtually anywhere. And then we just tie it in. So that would work. And that would give us three more. In the meantime, what we're working on is I have this out. I want to see what this geyser is. And we have a bunch of algae here. It's not a whole lot. It's only about 100K. So 100 kilograms, 200 kilograms on each one. So, you know, it's a little bit. It's not as much as like you see with the granite or anything, but it's not nothing, so we'll use that. It will eventually let some chlorine out, but you know, that's fine. And we're also needing to work on this area here. I think I'm going to pull this water, and that's going to be where we get some of this polluted water from. And we could actually, if we're gonna dig all that anyway, and then if we take that one out, it'll go straight down here. So we'll make that the plan, and then if it does happen to roll over, it'll just hit this and it shouldn't splash out. So yeah, that's where we are. The other thing that we have going on is our egg hatchery is doing well. This one is full. This one has 5. This one has 7. We're going to change that to 8 and below. I don't know how that happened. And this one's not quite in a room yet, but we're going to go ahead since this is built. and apply those settings. So our babies are lullabied. This is calling for pickup. Now, I did check this out the other day and looked at my old build just to see how I had it. This is actually right, because this is still gonna not call anything to that. And the reason why I say that is because this is still asking for a max of 8 critters. So even though it's not turned off, it's still like, yeah, it's turned on, but they're not going to put any more in there. So that's fine. I had it set up properly. This is working well. We do have some meat that needs to be brought up. This did turn into polluted dirt. We are probably just going to have to send that out. And by sending it out, I mean we'll have to build this stuff. And we want to relocate that, like, right now. I do not want that to continue putting polluted oxygen. Why? Why would you do that? You picked it up and moved it 2 inches. So, yeah, like, they don't do the things that you need them to do. And I know you all will say, well, there's a priorities and there's schedules. And I don't know that that has a whole lot to do with it. Like, we've been through almost a whole cycle. And even with several of them having tidying as a top priority, you can see nobody's been given this as an errand. And nobody's also been, like, deliver this polluted water. There we go. They finally did it. It's so weird what they do sometimes. I don't understand it. So if we could put this, we could ship meat up into here and just drop it out. So that's not too bad. It's getting a little bit warmer. We're not going to have much cold. So I'm going to, like, we have algae. So yeah, we do have some algae coming. They're going to start growing this. That's fine. So I'm going to cancel all this for now just because we don't need it and I don't want them building it. I have other things that I need done instead. And one of those is getting this finished up. Where do I want to put this? Like, that's still warm. I didn't want to X out completely. That's all warm. You know, the base is still cool. I think it'd be even cooler if we had it cycling around the outside at least. The only thing really generating, well, we are generating a lot of heat throughout. Just not that much. That's probably generating the most heat. Conveyor loader, yeah, that's not even, this is putting off what? Heat production 2. But how often does it run? Not very often. Yeah. So that means this water we're currently pumping that way. And that's because we just did not want it running through. We don't want to open this up. We open that up, it opens up a whole mess of problems that we just do not really want to deal with right now. We do want these built. And we're slowly working our way to getting that built as well. So they're still doing all that. Yeah, a lot of this is still running okay. So what's more important? We do have some algae. That's there. We need a SPOM, but we also need the water. So I think this is the most important thing, is to get these up and running. We still need some iron. Do I have any queued up? No. Okay, so we will get that queued so we can get that built. We can put another one of those in. And we'll get that prepped. And we may as well build a couple of, well, not a couple, one shut off. How's our water looking in here? About 1,000. How's this looking? 3,000. Yeah, so we're in a good place with that. I think that's really good. I wish that I could put, I wish I'd have thought of this. I'm thinking about trying to find a way in here and putting an output for storage. And what I mean by that is one of these conveyor chutes. I'd love to put a conveyor chute in here and just drop ice in. It would have to be where that ladder is. I don't think there's a way to get in there though. I may try that in just a save, just to see if it'll work. Like, yeah, there's still need to empty that. Just empty it. You're right there. There we go. So yeah, all the ore and stuff they're picking up, they're doing a good job of that. All right. 8, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, we're like almost full of hatches. So so much polluted oxygen got in here. I thought for sure I had that set to where it would not cause problems. It did. It caused problems. That is a lot of polluted oxygen. That's fine. It's fine. Like, there's not much we can do about it, so... Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, we do have that. How are we doing here? Well, I mean, they're getting there. They have a lot of work to do. Okay. And how are we here? Oh, well, there's all our algae. They dug that out already. What's this? Hot polluted oxygen vent. So we have 2 polluted oxygen vents. And yeah, we are not getting lucky with any of these geysers, I don't feel. And that's at 500 C, so we have to cool that down. We have to cool it down and use sand to deodorize it. That's insane. Yeah, that's all working well. This is working well now that I have it set up that way, so it's filling up the bottles. That's good. The eggs are still being incubated. I don't know that they're lullabied. We'll get more ranchers. We only have just the one rancher, so that might be something to look for. And I think we could go up a few and not be... don't need a farmer. Do I need shine nymphs? We have them. They're good in there. We don't have any in here or in here. I wonder why they died. Crowd it. Mood glum. I need more space. I mean, I guess I don't need that door. If we deconstruct those. No, not the liquid pipe. The pneumatic door. If we deconstruct those, that would be okay. And give them a little bit more room. I put them in there just hoping that they would be there more. Just so we could get some bristle blossoms. Let's see. So looking for food and satisfied. We don't have a feeder for them, and that may be part of it. I did have a suggestion to off-gas any of the clean water. Use this. You know, similar to how we do for the oxygen here, or the hydrogen here. You know, once it gets full, then it kind of puts it off into this situation. So we could do that with the water, but I will say I'm okay with having the excess go into here, because if this is backed up, then this is free polluted water. I'm not spending sand on it, and it kind of kicks it this way. So I'm all right with that, where I'm not utilizing it. And it gives me, you know, I have 11 seeds and 18 reed fibers. So this is enough of a farm for my needs currently. So it works out to just use any excess to grow those and at least get a little bit going. Oh, they did do this. So yeah, this is good. It's getting this out of the way. That means I can deconstruct that one and that one. What I am going to have to watch for is them getting scalded, now that I'm thinking about it. I go in here. Yeah, we're going to have scalding if we continue to do work in there now. And it won't be dormant for 30 cycles. Wouldn't that be nice if they had a way to stop them? How do you have a buried object in Neutronium? It's going to be like a hatch or something in there. So we could let this go, not do anything else with that for now. We can put in a pump virtually anywhere. The fire pole there. So I could put that there, and we can plan on, if we take insulated liquid pipes from here, we could run them that way. even better, we run it that way. Put in a liquid bridge. It needs to go the other way. And then we can insulate it up to here. And it just goes right in there. That would allow us to get rid of some of this. I know. We just built a lot of this. Oh, we cancel that because that's good for this. Okay, that makes sense. We can deconstruct that. We don't need that for now. That just gives us a little bit of material back. And then once that's done, then we can repurpose this line, and that goes into our original cooling line. I think that is a really good priority. And there we go. So yeah, they'll start doing that work. That's fine. This we can just open that up. I don't know where that polluted oxygen is going to go. Pretty much everywhere. It's still gross. I don't know. It's just what we're going to have to deal with. And then instead of using copper ore for that, we'll just use gold amalgam. Deconstruct that one. Oh, who's scalding? Oh, you're picking stuff up from here? No. No. No more of that. There's nothing in here you need right now. We're going to empty this puppy out, and then once it's completely empty, then we can go in from this side. Maybe even build a wall over here just so it's locked in. Not enough materials, iron. Wow, they busted through that. Yep, they still have not been lullabied, but that's okay. Yeah, we're good on food. Between lice loaf, nutrient bars, we're gonna start getting a lot more meat. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Our breathability is probably the most risky thing just because we don't have a whole lot of algae stored. I wish I could sync this with the schedule. But I'm trying to not use the power as much. Okay, so they are building that. That's good. And then we'll get this put in place as well. There we go. They should be able to get that. I'm not going to build any more out until they get up there. This is still looking good. We have power here. That's working well. This is now working better. I should make sure, yes, that is unplugged. So this should be like 20. And this should be running like most of the time. I'm gonna put this at like a 50 and this at like 90. Let's see, automation. So those are, oh. Well, there we go. There's part of our problem. We never hooked that up. Good. All right. So that's still going well. This, we could probably do something similar. We'll copy those settings to that. It's still not on. We'll just get, oh, no. I thought I clicked that. 7. Did not. We do need to start getting coal automated around here. And I think that's what this one is for. How's the rest of this look? We're getting there. I'll go ahead and build that in. I bet that's still running out of power. Power loop. That's good. So we can snip that there. And we'll just deconstruct all of that. It's still not generating power to that. So we could put in another one. We are so close to getting this up and running. Oh, they cleaned up all that water. They didn't get this water cleaned up. They can probably do some of it. That is such a disappointment that it's a hot, polluted oxygen vent. That's granite, so that's not going to melt off of it. That's good, at least. There's too much power going out for these to work. With that jumbo battery, we can put in another. We can put in another one without copper ore. I thought I said cancel. Put in one without copper ore. And then put in more heavy watt wire. And that'll take care of that. I know we do have the extra power and we could start utilizing this. We're at 200 kilograms. It just keeps going up, so that's good. Still got the carbon dioxide in there. That's still working out for that. The base is okay. You know, the polluted oxygen kind of spread around. I think eventually it goes away anyway. And there's a little bit of germs, but slime lung is not... Ooh, slime lung is not the detriment that it used to be. But yeah, I mean, that's just dumping material out. So that's all working really well. Like, that can't go any faster. When we get an egg, it picks up the egg, and then it immediately goes into the evolution chamber. So, yeah, I mean, that's all working well. And we're just preparing. We're going to have... We are going to end up having more plants down here, but for now, that's what we have. Now we got some batteries going. So that's good. Put that in, and then we'll get this one set up too. Yeah, and this is going really well. Erupts in 0.3 cycles. Yeah, we're not going to put anybody in there for the foreseeable near future. This did all work. That's actually pretty good. We can mop that up. We can tell them to dig. I mean, that's not bad. We'll just dump all that in there. Which, you know, I mopped that up and now I'm immediately going to make a mess. Which does go everywhere. It did not go where I thought it would. Yeah. We're already there. So all of that came. We need to mop that up, mop all that up. I don't know if we can get in there. We can, kind of, but not really. Mop all that up, mop all that up. Just to make sure, okay. Sure, we'll dig that out. We'll have a little bit of sand. So we have some gold amalgam here. I want to pump this all into this situation. So we need it to get that drawn up. Let's do this check real quick. So we have this. Yeah, they can't do anything there until they dig that out. Power's all good and it's ready to go. So we are in a position where we could start. Well, let me double check. Yeah, we could start filling this up. They can get to all that. They can get to all that. We still have work to do down here. It is oxygen, so we do still have some polluted oxygen, but not that much. How is this going? Well, it is refrigerated. How cold do you have to get before it's frozen? Because that's negative 1.8 C. Does it have to get much colder? I'm trying to keep this from going stale and rotting. So we still have a little bit. You can see That's fresh. It's still getting 82%. I'd like to see what happens. Does it freeze? I don't know. That's the answer. The answer is I don't know if it freezes or not. But I do see them building all this, putting all that into place. Yeah, they're doing their work. We dig that out, and they'll just nail through all this. That won't let any slime. Good. And we're still working our way out of this one as well. And it's no real rush. It's just kind of whenever they get to it type of situation. Still getting water down here. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, and that's not really running, and that's good. Battery, yeah, we're good on battery power. These are full. These are getting built. Okay. So we should be able to cut that there. And that's going to let all of that flow. Which then means we can take this, run it to there. Take that, run it to there. Go ahead and cut this just because I want to. That'll run that up here. And this, we can run more insulated pipe from here down and just into there, and that kicks off that system once again. So we need to get the rest of this built. So definitely those. Might as well build that. And definitely get all that done. Then we need power, I'm sure. Yes, we do. So we'll go that way. And we will probably just cancel that and make it out of gold. Since we have a lot of gold. We'll deconstruct those power wires just to do a little cleanup. Don't know if there's a way to get in there without letting all of that out because, well, yeah, because if we start digging this, so we can dig that and they'll do this one. So if we do the same, once we get to here, they dig that one, we leave that one in, dig that one out, and we should be able to put a block in. And we'll do it that way. I think that'll work. Should be good. Okay, so let's make sure we're not crossing any streams here. And we kind of are. So number one, we cut that. So now we have water flowing through the entire system. We'll just cut that for now. And while it's not super cold, we could start making it cold. And it's already hot out here anyway. Okay, so what do we think? Maybe. Do I even have it yet? I probably haven't even researched it. Is it a tepidizer? No, it's a thermal aqua tuner. So we need to... No, we have that. Okay. Thermal aqua tuner. Cool. That uses so much freaking power. And it's gonna go do it every time it pumps through. That's why I wanted some kind of other power that I could pull from. Probably better off pulling from this side because we have a lot more power. We do have 2 coal. We can always throw in another coal generator. We still need a SPOM, so that's what this is. We can get some brine up in there. Salt water, how much is that? 600 kilograms? No. 12 or 120 grams. So there's one of them. Any other salt water? 900 grams? That's a lot. 47 grams. $100 grams. And the thing is, we don't need a whole lot in here. So I think both of those will be fine. No, we need to do all. And then we'll get them to relocate that. Which now that's in place, that's in place, that's good, that's good. We have one that we need to put in. Still need to mop that. The rest of that's been mopped. There is carbon dioxide in here. It's pretty pressurized. There's a lot of polluted oxygen in there as well, though. We're at like 4,000 grams on the outside. So yeah, we get that emptied, and then we can... That should be enough. Build all this garbage for me, please. Oh. Are we full? 8? 8? 8? Yes. 1. So we are starting to get this built up. That's amazing. What is going on? So this won't go until this is done. So we can get this emptied. There we go. I mean, 14 degrees isn't that bad. I want to get this done so we can start thinking about the SPOM. How are we on algae? Not great. That's okay. Yeah, our little shine bugs are not helping that grow, so that's not really helping us food-wise. But again, we have a lot of lice loaf. Like, can we put that on maybe like a lower priority? What else can we do with it? Mush fry, fried, no. Barbecue. Frost bun, I mean, that's on a 7. We'll put that down to a 6. Still not able to get these. How's that unrefrigerated? Because the water that I'm pumping through is not as cold as what we were pumping from here. And that does make sense. We really, really do need to use that thermal aqua tuner. $14, $15, yeah, because every time it goes through. And this is already hot up here. How much of a difference did that make? It made a bit of difference. Partially because I still haven't done the vacuum seal that I want it to do. Which I think I'll put a manual airlock down just here for a second. I think, yes. So manual airlocks cannot be automated. And we do this. So that creates a vacuum. I can put some kind of buffer in. So it always opens. Like if this one opens, then it sets off the timer and then that'll open underneath it. This is already working, so I don't think I need to do anything with that. Slowly working our way out. We are waiting on lines for that. So we should be able to put those in. Cancel, cancel, and cancel. And this one we're gonna make out of gold. Amalgam. That is looking for copper ore. Conveyor loader. That's copper ore. That is not. We can make that out of gold. Put that down there. And we can cancel those. We don't need any of those. So some of our shipping. Oh, we don't. Did we not have food for these critters again? How are they eating so much? And how much do they eat? 140. Obsidian, sedimentary rock. Obsidian, we're out of. Sedimentary rock. We have 79 tons. 35 tons of obsidian. 83 tons. So there is some around. I guess it just hasn't been swept up yet. They're working well on getting that swept up. Pushing all that out. I don't know that I have anything that would also survive in there. Pump-wise. I'm not to the point of making steel. I probably should be, being on cycle 30. I'm not speed running this. I'm just trying to figure it out as we go. What else have they worked on? Okay, so this is ready. We can get some polluted water in here. And that is all swept up. So we should be able to start putting that into place. Also, we need one of these. And what did we want to make it out of? Iron? It's iron? That's okay. We can make more iron. Yeah, they can reach all that. For this, they can reach all that. And they'll be able to build that right here, and that'll be fine. We are close to the end, though, so did we get everything that we wanted accomplished? It's kind of sterile. We can just close this off. I don't think it would ever break through. I think being right here on the corner, I think those would be safe. And we probably could do some other stuff with it, but for now, we'll leave it. Oh wait, no. I forgot. I was working on all of this stuff down here, trying to get that ready. So I could pump CO2 and hopefully cycle it through. So we're gonna cancel that, and then we'll just see what happens. If it starts to break, then we'll do something with it. For now, we won't. Good job, Kuna, getting right to work, building all that stuff for me. That is very, very helpful. Take some more coal. Ooh, we can mop up that water. As long as it's putting in cold water, I feel like there needs to be a way. Like if this is empty, then it opens up. That'll get some colder water through. We have some of the tools for that type of automation, and we'll build that in. We just want to try to keep the base as cool as possible. You can see this is a little warm. Alright, well, they are feeding them again, so that's so weird that we would run out. I don't know how they eat that so fast. I figured they'd be like super chill, but I guess not. We are on cycle 300 though, and we're gonna queue up some more iron so we can finish that room, but we are really good on food. If anything, we just need to get it colder and keep it cold. We could probably not even run this and figure out a way. Like, I want to put the thermo aqua tuner in here, so we want to run this cold. I mean, as long as it's boosted and it's already cold, then we could run it through, comes in here, and then it runs through the base. That's my idea. We may end up putting another just dock down here. So they come in, they get in the dock and go in. Seems a little bit overpowered, but once this is empty, we could easily come in this way. In fact, we could do it just like this. So, yeah, we'll get them to start building some of that. I am afraid of the slime. If it outgasses, that's not going to be super great. But at least if we're going in this way, then... And we don't even need to do that. Once this is empty, when we're going in this way, then we can just use our suits. And if any water escapes, that'll be fine. By the time that we have rescued a lot of water from that. We're at almost 6, say roughly 6, 7. So probably on average around 7K, 6.5 at least. And then we're gonna start repurposing this water and getting that in. And we can probably, can we get up there? Maybe from here? We can definitely get down. Sometimes it's easier to come from below on some of this stuff. It depends. There's no, like, I can't walk my way down from that. I can from here, but if I let that out, where's that gonna go? Yeah, into this pit and spilling everywhere. So that may be, we may have to come up with another, you know, funnel for that. We can get in here. Get that. Yeah, this here. I don't know that they can jump that. We'll give that a try. And that's how we'll line that out. Okay, and we have all this. So we have a lot of water to rescue and bring in. That's fine. We have a lot of food that's here and available. We could start automating our coal production. And now that this is done, what do we need? Gold. Okay, so gold. That's okay. We can deal with that. I'm gonna put them on 20 for that. We have 9 tons. It's not nothing, but it's not a lot. And at least we can come up in here. So a little bit of digging, go up here. Dig that down. Nobody can reach that, okay. Should be able to reach that then. All right, I would consider this another successful day. The biggest risks that we have is we're gonna put gold here as well. And then probably set this one to insulate. So that'll help. Yeah, insufficient resources. We got gold on the thing. We were not in freezing anyway, so we're definitely still in refrigerated. We just have to keep it low enough, and that'll work. So yeah, we're getting this ready. We have more things. So we are prepping for a new SPOM, in which case we will be able to utilize this anti-entropy thermal nullifier and probably this one. We'll have 2 going. I don't know if you recall last time we found another one down here. So we're flush with thermal nullifiers. We are not flush with any kind of useful geysers. I won't say any kind. We have 2. So a natural gas geyser, those 2 are useful. Everything else we found is not the best. We'll be able to get some oil from here at some point. At least we're not wasting water to get the oil. This, if we can cool it down, we'll get some gold. So that's kind of useful, but it's not useful on a survivability scale. I would prefer to have like water and cold oxygen would be just amazing. That way we wouldn't have to consider that or even think about how are we doing with water or oxygen, but that's not the case. We'll do a quick scan of anything that we've yet seen. Those 2 are new. Did we make it further around the base? I don't think we did much exploring today. A little bit. And with that being so new, yeah, nothing to see there. Nothing here. No new geysers. Nope. So yeah, that's where we are. And yeah, maybe next time we'll try to look into this, but I really want to get another second SPOM going. That's going to feed our base. With this going, we'll have cool oxygen. This doesn't have to be cooled because it's going right into these tanks. These are enough. And maybe we'll start thinking about what we need to do to get more duplicates and what makes sense for those. Oh, we can walk down here now. Interesting. These we don't need. So yeah, we'll get them start working their way out here. And we'll just skip those ladders all the way down, which that's interesting too. No, I already have my ladders in, so there's no real easy way across. So this water's fine, but all of this other stuff we could start bringing this way. We did make it here. Did anyone submit a bioscan? Looks like no. So we'll set that for a high. Maybe they'll come up here and do it. And that's where some of our water came from. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. Now that we have these in place, I think we could set this up. I'm only doing this because we're right at the hour mark. A lot of times this is stuff I do on the back end. This could be moved, and that'll be fine. In the meantime, we will start the deconstruction of the rest of these. And the reason why we're doing this is because we can put a fire pole on either side, and we screwed the pooch on that one. Ooh, both of those. And that'll help them go down quicker. We will set these up to be deconstructed, and we will just bash them away really quickly. We'll set those up so that they will work together. There's no point in one running or both running. And we're also good here. So we will have worked our way out of that. Still working our way into this one. They did get that up. That's good to have some bottled brine. And that is where that's going to end. So we will be fully encapsulating the space yet again. We do have the igneous rock, so that's good. They are all groomed and happy. We have one incubating. So these are not really getting lullabied very often. Partly that is because of what we have set up for our rancher. So we probably need to look at more ranchers. One more time, we'll see if there's anything. I don't think I want any of these. Maybe the nymph eggs, but the ones that we had over here died, and the ones that we had in here died. So I don't know if there was really any way for me to keep them safe. I don't know. What else? Anything else? No, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Have a great day.